Hi, everybody. Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin, and I am not a writer.
Fucking lies from the start of the podcast.
Really? What else is a liar?
Really?
Or what else is a writer?
True enough.
I'm Alex, and sometimes I've considered summoning a demon to solve my problems.
I'm Kat, and I'm not actually going to make a joke about the current thing. I'm reporting now from a secret editorial bunker.
And I'm Brendan, and you know what? Sometimes I just read from the Necronomicon for fun.
Never read.
You mustn't read from the book!
Look, it only counts if you read it aloud. Come on. How do you pronounce this word?
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's Klaatu Rata.
Sandra, don't speak Latin in front of the books. Anyway, so, today we're talking about an untitled story idea by me. If you want specific content warnings about things we may talk about, check out the show notes on nostorysacred.com. The summary I provided to the others is: a group of young adults have a bad day, get drunk, and attempt to summon a demon. This goes about as well as can be imagined. And I also provided them like 500 words of text, because I'm not mean.
Which will be available to our Patreon subscribers.
Oh, what? That's news.
Guess what, Pip? Bad news for you.
Son of a bitch. No, I should fix all those typos then.
And maybe name your character.
Nah, I didn't want to think that much.
Well, you gave names for everyone else.
I know, but giving a name to the main one was like too much effort. I'll just throw bullshit names at everyone else. The main one is important.
I hear you. I feel you on that one.
Okay, so one of the things we're doing today, finding a name for this character.
God damn it.
But we'll go over all the characters here in a minute. I figure what's always good to start with these kind of discussions, these workshops, is to really lay the groundwork in for the world that we're playing in, right?
I think that seems to be our basic methodology.
Yeah, because it's one thing to have your characters, they're the one with agency, of course, but we gotta give them something to do. What are their goals? What are the rules?
The rules.
Well, because one of the things I find most helpful for my creative process, kind of sounds kind of lame, but it's setting up rules. Mm-hmm. My brain, don't know about y'all's, but my brain loves trying to work around challenges.
Mm-hmm. My brain is a dumpster fire, but fine.
So if I give myself constraints, that ends up kind of tickling that need of like, oh, well, now I gotta figure this out. Okay, let's work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're asking what this world is?
Yeah. So let's hammer that out while we're on the subject.
Well, in general, I'm imagining it set in Boston.
Okay.
Because that is the city that I know the most about, and
it's the city of your heart, isn't it?
It is the city of my heart.
Aww.
It's a bullshit city.
It is.
There's worse.
Yeah, and we know where Bren lives.
I love my dumpster city, but
I was watching a Daily Show segment about how racist is Boston, and it was like the most racist, like below Daytona, and I was like, we couldn't beat Daytona?
No.
Like, I knew we were bad.
That's like in Buffy when they find out that they have the #1 murder rate in high schools, and they're like, we're #1!
Yay.
You know, Boston would take the wrong approach to that. Anyway, so it's
set in Boston.
Set in Boston in a world where magic exists.
Oh, so magic does exist.
Magic does exist.
It's an of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a vague reference to that because I mentioned somewhere
Miskatonic.
Yeah, they went to Miskatonic. I figured that's where they all met. Well, 3 of the 4 of them.
For people who don't know, Miskatonic is?
It's either a place or an actual university in the Lovecraft mythos. Somewhere in Rhode Island, and basically...
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is something Lovecraft thought so hard about, it came into existence.
Fun fact, Rhode Island didn't exist until the 1900s.
Yeah. Listen, look in your history
until
books. Where
the
the fuck
elder
is it?
gods appeared and rose it from the ocean. That's where Rhode Island came from.
Yes.
Okay. That kind of answers one of my first questions, like the setting of magic in this universe. So how widely known is magic and the occult and stuff like that here? Because yes, magic is a thing. Say like the average person shopping at the mall or something like that. Do they know about magic in its detail? Or is it just like, oh yeah, that's one of that weird magic things. Ugh.
You know how not everyone knows science, but knows that it exists?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like that.
Okay.
Like, I'm bad at science. I recognize that it's a thing. I know that I could go to, like, kid stores where they'll send me, like, basic chemistry sets, or I can go to, I don't know, retailers who'll sell me science stuff. I don't know. Science is weird. And so is magic.
So magic shops aren't, what was the word we used for your story days?
Was it woo aesthetic? They're aesthetic shops?
Yeah. And instead are just craft stores.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Or they're like Tivana or David T's, really specialty stores that are everywhere, and you don't really go into them very often.
Magic Lush stores.
Yeah. Oh my god, Lush wear this magic.
No.
Bed Bath and the Beyond.
Oh. So the point I was getting at with that question is like the layperson who doesn't do magic then kind of jealous of it? Like jealous of those who do?
It's just not a thing that they are good at or have talent on. Like the vague jealousy of people who can draw when you can't.
I guess it's kind of like that. Like say I'm a person who can't magic. What's the general perception of the people who, like, say, went to Miskatonic here, like our main characters?
I want to say Miskatonic is not necessarily a school of magic. It is just a major university, which maybe has a magic department.
So, is magic a humanities?
It's a soft science. It's in a psychology building.
Oh, magic is a soft science. That's sad.
Though it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Now, quick question for you. What's the elementary school situation with regard to magic?
You know how every once in a while someone comes in to try to teach you Spanish?
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So
Like
it's in a, what the hell is the word for that? Not extracurricular, I forget. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fill in a school word here.
And then in high school, you're required to take one of her magic classes.
Well, you're required to take a soft science, and you could choose psychology, or you could choose magic.
Yeah.
It goes either way.
So it's not like it's a big, major jealousy thing. It's just a potential thing. You can take an art class, you can take a magic class.
How useful is magic, then?
How useful is science?
Ooh. Well, I mean, like, thaumaturgy has some applicable home skills, so, really, it could be put in the home ec department.
Oh my god, magic is home ec.
That's what all the people in the magic department go. It's like, no, it has useful life skills too. We're really multidisciplinary.
It sounds like the classics.
Yeah.
Okay, so magic's a soft science.
Okay. So magic as a soft science, that's fun. Okay, so we have this urban fantasy Lovecraftian mythos, although I don't know if we want to call it Lovecraftian because that guy was kind of an asshole.
And racist.
Gosh, I heard a great phrase for it.
So did I.
And I don't remember what it was.
Is it weird fiction? No, that's a different
Occult
thing.
horror.
Oh wait, here, I'm in the bunker. Let me quickly ask
Existential horror?
No. Hey guys. It's not Lovecraftian. What is it instead? Because we don't want to call it Lovecraftian because Lovecraft was an asshole.
Eldritch?
Okay, so Lovecraft's contemporaries called it weird fiction.
Oh, okay.
It's not the most recent thing that I think Pip and I are both thinking of, but what Lovecraft's contemporaries were calling it was weird fiction.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
So
Weird
with a capital
fiction,
W.
Fiction.
Wait, no? Apparently we're not to capitalize it. I'm lying. Okay, so worlds in which strange things can happen, but there are no barbarians running around with mighty thewed things.
Okay.
No Doc Savage.
All right.
I can feel Pippin Googling.
Don't judge me.
Well, that's what Pippin does. All right. Okay. Let's move right along here.
Moving right along.
Weird fiction. We'll just work with that. Yeah. Cool.
Where the world is supernatural.
Yes. So the world is aware of the supernatural. That's in a roundabout way what I was really curious about, because those are very different stories if magic is not officially a thing.
Which actually brings up something that I wanted to talk about. From a certain perspective, Pip's one-sentence summary is the exact summary of the book that, in fact, I and a co-writer wrote and published from Tor Books in 2009.
Yeah, but not everything's about you.
Wow, Pip. Calling me the fuck out.
What I'm here for.
But the idea that a bunch of young adults get together, get drunk, and decide to do magic is exactly what happens in my book. But in mine, magic doesn't technically exist. So they're just having a bad idea, and they think nothing's going to happen. They're going to do like a Blood Brothers ritual or whatever, because my editor, Bunker here, is also saying there's something else called The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Which is about people in an exclusive university in New England, Pippin.
Yeah, what? They've already left.
Who decide to revive the mysteries of the Elder Gods. Bring up the Greek gods. And bad things happen. I think bad things, and then worse things? A bad to worse plot. That's awesome. So, but I think we're getting back to the idea, though, is one of the things that we do with this podcast is that we demonstrate that you can take an idea, the same idea, and do different iterations of it. So while that's one sentence can apply to mine, to yours, to this Donna Tartt book, the way we do it creates different stories, which is why we talk about how, I think is one of the reasons that none of us are particularly protective of our glorious ideas. Because if we were protective of our glorious ideas, we wouldn't be doing these kind of episodes.
Yeah, and then we'd be Anne Rice.
Anne Rice call out. Anyway.
Also, the term I was thinking of was cosmic horror.
Cosmic horror. Yes. I hear you. Okay.
Which I'm not actually sure applies, but
whatever.
Hey, you could see where it goes.
Yeah. So, that, I just wanted to bring that up just because I think it's so fascinating, and I think it's so, such an important point of this podcast is the fact that we demonstrate how this is it's like one of the important parts of this podcast. One might even say the point of it.
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
I know.
Did the summoning ritual in your book involve a candle shaped like a dick?
Mine did not involve a candle shaped like a dick, and I regret that to this day.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, we ended up not summoning demons. We ended up summoning a door to hell. It went a lot of different directions.
Accidentally summon a door to hell.
As one does. So anyway, I just wanted to call that out because I think it's really fascinating.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking it might be a good idea to give the listening audience idea of what I was thinking this story might go.
Please do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go for it, Pip.
Like a less bullshit summary.
What?
I know, right? So the reason I want this story is because years ago, someone on Twitter said something like, where are all the millennial writers? Mm-hmm. Why aren't we mentoring them or something?
The millennial writers are busy on Tumblr writing fanfic.
Well, I had my usual reaction whenever someone goes, where are all the young kids, in fandom? And I go, excuse me, I'm right here. It's not my fault that you don't have young friends.
Yeah, I was about to say, if people are like, where's all the young fandom? It's like, well, probably not around you asshole.
Yeah. And my second response is, why aren't we writing fiction right now? Because we're paying our student loans.
Pretty much.
Writing, you might have noticed, doesn't pay.
We're very busy destroying Applebee's and eating our avocado toast.
We have the agenda. We pass it out at our millennial meetings.
Oh, guys. Golf courses are next.
Oh, okay.
It's
golf.
yeah.
I'm glad, because I missed the last millennial newsletter about what we're destroying. So.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me the heads up.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, apparently golf courses are next. Just FYI. Okay, apparently we're to spare the ones on Martha's Vineyard, but to be fair, it is the non-millennials who are asking us that, so I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ask them to pour out a bottle of, or a can of LaCroix in sacrifice.
It ain't got no taste, Anthony.
have a defined audience for our podcast.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
So
Go on.
goddamn. So I was like, you know what? If you want stories about our experiences, then it's going to be stories about trying to pay our student loans. And I guess to make it fantasy, we summon a demon to do it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, shit. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fascinating, because that actually was one of my main questions in reading this, is why the heck did they summon a demon?
They got drunk, and they thought that was a great way to pay off their student loans.
Well, I have to say, actually, that does sound like a great way to pay off your student loans. I mean, I certainly have other things I would love to pay off, and I'm still stuck in the millennial grind. So I'm like, no, demon. I reblog things on Tumblr. It's like, reblog the money cat for good luck. And I'm like, well, shit.
Might as well.
I mean, what's the worst that can fucking happen?
Right.
And it's that attitude, I think, that leads to the crux of your story, Pip.
Yeah, basically, I didn't write out the beginning part of the day. For you guys, I went right to the bad idea happening. But I figured there are these roommates, and I haven't figured out if one of them has gone through like a bad breakup recently, or one of them has lost their job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and yes.
Yes, and yes.
All of the above.
Yeah. All these bullshit things that can happen because we're living people who, have lives, and sometimes bad things happen. And, the discussion of, well, what's causing our bad times? Well, living people who live, but also bullshit student loans that take all of our money, so we can't do other, fun things and stimulate the economy.
Well, there's a thing that often gets talked about, which is that money doesn't buy happiness, and all of our usual answers is, yes, it very much could.
Give us the opportunity to try.
So I like that this is, you can't, like, it seems more difficult to solve personal problems. It seems more difficult to solve world problems. But summoning a demon to just get money, that seems a pretty good idea.
Right. What are the downsides?
I'm getting a terrible idea. We keep talking about how great it is to summon a demon for money, and I keep seeing all the tools here to do that.
Don't do it.
Pip, maybe you should explain to us why that's a bad idea.
Well, for one of the reasons that they have a bad idea is because they're working off old school notes from a theory of magic class.
While drunk.
And
Wikipedia.
And Wikipedia. Their vodka and cokes have been more vodka than coke as the night progressed. So yeah, they're working off bullshit notes. They're drunk. They're using, old makeup to make their summoning circles. Some of it is probably past its expiration date, so who knows what's actually in that mascara right now.
Fair point. Bacteria. They are, oh my god, you guys, they are sacrificing living things.
Ooh.
Yeah. The candles are scented.
And shaped like dicks.
Just the one.
Well, is it worse to have just the one dick-shaped candle? Should they all be dick-shaped?
Listen, they're working with what they have.
Fair enough.
Also, one of the first thing the demon to say when they summon it is like, who dares to summon? Is that candle shaped like a dick?
Well, actually, I don't know if the summary that you gave us said the results of this summoning.
It does not.
Well, because for the longest time, I wasn't sure what would happen, which is part of the reason the story isn't actually written.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can figure that out
that's
here,
why we're here
in a bit.
I've been thinking about it, and I know that I wanted them to end up hungover at Denny's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hungover at Denny's is also a very millennial experience.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Many a bad night.
Yes. Oh.
It's the punctuation for a bad night.
When we're not recording, I will tell you guys stories.
Save it for the Patreon.
Yeah.
Alternatively, if you're in the South, Waffle House. Same deal.
I feel like Waffle House is a different vibe.
True.
It is, but similar.
Yeah.
Well, it's reminding me of the joke where international people just see the Denny's media things, and it's like, oh yeah, we should totally go to Denny's when we go to America. And everyone here is like, no, Denny's isn't a place you go. It's a place you end up.
Well, I feel like Denny's is where you go after you do a summoning circle. Waffle House is where you're doing the summoning circle.
Waffle House, delicious. I won't have its good name be tarnished.
Actually, my favorite, I love Denny's. I have a favorite Denny's. But that might be because I'm the kind of person who does summoning circles, so here we are.
Yep. Anyway.
But no, so I've been thinking about it, and I realized that I don't think the ending could actually happen at Denny's. Because that's not a good enough ending. Even though I would think it's hilarious, because you always just end up at Denny's. But I'm thinking maybe the summoning circle has a flashbang and then nothing, and they think it didn't work.
Ooh.
So they end up at Denny's and go, haha, wasn't that hilarious last night? Ow, my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then they realize that something has actually happened, and then they're trying to fix that.
So what's the something that's happened?
Well, possibly they summoned a demon.
Possibly.
Who is
Mission accomplished.
who is not going to pay off their student loan, so that didn't even fucking work.
Well, of course it doesn't.
And then I figure whatever happened at that bachelorette party that I mentioned
Yes.
at the line.
Where the dick-shaped candle came from.
Yep, smells like vanilla. Sort of.
Sort of.
Whatever happened there comes back to help solve the problem.
Whatever happened there imbued the candle. And that's apparent right from the beginning. It's, a secret she won't talk about. It's a very nice little Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. That's shaped like a dick. A Chekhov's dick.
I'm getting a vibe from that Simpsons Halloween episode.
Which one?
Which one?
The one where Homer sells his soul to the devil, but it turns out that, on a piece of on a napkin or Polaroid or something, it turns out he'd already given it to his wife on the day of their marriage this entire time.
Well, that just seems sloppy on the devil's part.
Yeah, he should have known.
There should
Come
be a
on.
title. You check the title. You check the VIN numbers on that.
Didn't that mean that Homer committed soul fraud?
Oh.
Ooh.
Now that's a good title. I'm just going to put that down over here. Soul Fraud.
Hell's Legal is all over this.
Hell's Legal is also a good title.
So I guess, what do we want to cover first, as we kind of go into the nitty gritty here then? Do we want to talk about our characters in more detail, or do we want to talk about what the heck we summoned or did with this magic instead?
I'd like to know about the characters.
A third option also is, what is the climactic point that we're aiming towards?
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one of these questions I can answer.
Okay. What's the question you can answer right away, Pep?
More about these characters.
Go on, yeah.
Where it's going and what exactly happened, I don't fucking know.
That's what we're here for.
We'll get there.
But
to us
these
about your characters.
Are loosely based on my own friends, because I'm,
Shock
lazy.
me.
I know, right?
Is Danny Ashley?
I'm not sure any of them are specifically Ashley.
They're all Ashley.
Amalgamations.
Yeah. A little bit of Ashley everywhere.
We love you, Ashley.
In the sky, in the wind.
Sometimes I can still hear her talking.
Guys, that joke.
It's an awful, amazing joke. I do, in fact, have more than 3 friends, believe it or not.
Really?
So, fuck off.
Pixar didn't happen.
Fuck you. I don't need to prove myself to you. So we have, who are my characters? I have Danny, I have Sam, and I have, who's the third one?
Ari?
Airy.
Ari, or Ari. Ari, I believe, is the cool one.
Is Ari the one who went on the bachelorette party?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's the cool, mysterious one, who is also still, a nerd, because
They all are.
otherwise,
Of course.
why do we hang out? Sam is the non-binary character.
Nice.
So most of the magic, the makeup that they're using to draw sigils, are theirs that they've given up.
Nice.
Along with all the other, expired stuff that everybody has.
Yep.
Yeah.
How much body glitter? All the body glitter.
So much. Danny is probably the one who's been, friends with the protagonist, the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 of them met while at university. Probably, the protagonist, Danny and Ari. And Sam is the one who they met later.
Okay.
Right.
But they all share this very small apartment.
Okay.
Ari's also probably the one with, who actually likes her job.
Okay. What is Ari's job?
She might be a social worker of some sort.
Well, that's a nice job to have. But it'll kill you.
Yeah.
Like, emotionally.
Yeah. Or a child therapist.
That'll kill you worse.
Listen,
Or she is resilient. I mean,
she's doing good work.
She's doing good work, and I mean, I'm not downplaying that. I think that's a great thing, and I can see why she would also be very interested in that job. But also, I can also see why she has secrets that she won't tell.
Yeah. She's very good at keeping secrets. It's a professional thing. She keeps secrets.
Yeah.
And why she's summoning a demon.
Well, listen, I've known a lot of people who worked with kids. Summoning demons is right up their alley.
So you have those three. What about our protagonist? What can you tell me about our protag?
I'm trying to figure out how much I want her to be me and how much I want to distance myself from her.
I mean...
challenge yourself. Go for distance.
Or challenge yourself and make it you and discover, who you would, what you would do.
Or balance. Who knows?
Who knows?
Just make a character. Haha.
I'm a big one for taking parts of myself to make my main characters or all of my characters. So, I mean, obviously you can see the way that the siblings split on this one.
Well, I'm already in there by judging the use of Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But they're using cited sources, Pip.
Still super judgy.
Okay, so the protag is a she.
Yes.
Currently unnamed. We'll fix that.
Small town or city girl?
Good.
Or suburban Boston.
Or the burbs.
Where I am right now.
She might be the burbs. Ari's big city. Sam
Of
is
course.
small town. Danny, I'm not sure.
Townie? Well, for Miskatonic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so she grew up in Miskatonic. Ooh. Is she the one that was, like, cautioning against this stuff in the first place, but not strongly enough, perhaps?
Isn't Denny the one that brought the candle dick?
No, that
No,
was
that's
Ari.
Ari's candle deck.
Well, I mean, there's a certain thing when you live in as I imagine it, living in these sort of liminal magical places where you get both the understanding that this is a bad idea and also whatever, this is normal. Like, all of us grew up in northern New Hampshire and we're like, well, black bears.
Yeah.
Moose.
But anyway. So yeah, I could see Danny, I like the idea of one of your characters being a Miskatonic townie. Because there's the understanding, like, well, yeah, this is probably a bad idea. But, like, yeah.
I mean, it's a bad idea if other people do it.
Yeah, like, but whatever. It's a thing that people do.
Yeah.
Not necessarily summoning a demon, though. You don't really read about that in the town newspaper too often.
And when you do, it's always like the skidoo accidents. Some idiot was riding their skidoo across the ice field while drunk, and so naturally they cut their face off. I mean, come on.
It's just what happens.
It's just what happens.
I mean, people summon spirits all the time. It's...
Yeah.
If they're dumb about it.
Usually they just get, like, knowledge as a gift. I mean, come on.
Really, this is just a more intense Ouija board.
Look, I just remember that one sleepover from when I was 12, and we all got candy bars. It was pretty good. But they were, like, not the really good ones. There's no nougat.
What's even the point?
Not really. We just wanted to see if we could. It worked out okay.
You got candy corn.
Ugh.
It was... Ugh.
I mean... Followed the letter of the request, but not the spirit.
Because demons are dicks. Demons are dicks.
Yes.
Dick-shaped candle, it all fits.
Yeah.
But then you learned that what you actually summoned back then was just a brownie.
Oh my god, that's what the Girl Scouts actually do. That's where they got their names. Okay, so, alright, I actually really like the idea that of following this character thing. What else do you know about the protagonist?
Oh, gosh. She and Ari probably are the ones with master's degrees.
Okay.
It's one of the things that they can relate about.
Mm-hmm.
No doctor in the house?
There is no doctor in the house.
Because doctors wouldn't do this fucking magic ritual.
True.
Also, just what are the requirements for a PhD in magic? It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Oh, you have to go to that school for 7 years, the one where the devil teaches you stuff?
Yeah.
And then you have to defend your fucking thesis in front of the devil.
Yeah.
Danny didn't finish her degree, but still has all these stupid loans from that.
Ooh, I can see that that's a bitter reason to get a demon involved.
Yeah. So we have the people with too much education with so much debt, and someone who technically didn't finish it with too much debt.
Too much desperation.
And she might be the one who recently lost her job because, of course, everything's coming up Danny.
It's like for some like corporate bullshit reason.
Yeah.
And if she's the Miskatonic townie as well, I think it'd be very interesting if she was the one who suggested it, and then everyone else is, sort of like...
She, offhanded mentioned that it was a thing people did sometimes.
Yeah.
Like getting candy bars.
Yeah. And everyone else was all like, well, and she was like, wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. And then they were like, no, think about it. And she was
But
like,
we have master's degrees. We could make this really work.
And there's 4 of us. It could be super powerful. That gets us a lot of potential money.
There's no way this could go wrong.
Clearly, they've all gotten together the afternoon that Danny found out she was fired. And have been drinking
like
steadily since.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, she couldn't even get her stuff. They're sending it to her.
Oh.
It's gotta be a Friday because that's like corporate whatever to make sure she doesn't come back and like blow up the place the next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, she sent a mid-afternoon text to the group going, bring booze.
Yep.
I have already finished the tequila.
Oh my god, what if she's like half-heartedly, like in the tequila, she's half-heartedly doing summoning circles because that's what you did when you were like 14 at slumber parties. But you know, she's drunk, and it's not, all it's doing is bringing up some blue flame, like whatever. It'd feel better.
Her therapist told her to draw to calm her down. Didn't say what.
Just this thought here. I'm imagining the bring booze text is like the first line of the book. And then it's like the main character trying to figure out what the heck that meant, or just filling in the context for us as we go.
I like that. Well, and also it brings up the, start at a point of change. And I think bring booze is the point of change.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does our main character have to pick up Danny from the lobby of her work's office building?
No, she's already back in the apartment.
I think we need to come up with a name for the main character at this point because it's getting a little bit obnoxious.
See, I was trying to figure out, do we need a name for their group chat?
The group chat, I feel like, should have a magic in-joke. Or like the name of their professor where they all met.
Prestibitchitation.
Yes!
Oh my god, yes. Prestibitchitation, I love it.
God.
Great job there.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Brendan. Well done. The only question is, how do you spell it? But we can figure that out later.
It's their group chat. It doesn't matter if it's spelled right.
Oh, okay. So, from the editorial cabal, by the way, over here, the spelling has been given to me, so I'll put it in the group chat.
Fair.
God damn.
That will go into the show notes. No, that's... Dude, oh my god.
Oh, that's...
I'm also gonna put that in line for the title.
Oh my god, yes!
But would iTunes curate that shit out?
It's part of a word. It would have to... I'm sorry, I'm really happy with it. The only question is whether or not you could spell it in such a way that it is obvious as to how it should be pronounced. We'll workshop that later afterwards when we're not on the podcast.
Brendan wants a name for this main character is the point.
Right.
That's beautiful, guys. Oh my god. We're gonna have to play a different game than we normally do at the end. This is exciting. Okay. So, character names. Well, let's do main character bullshit. Pip, what is a thing that you think defines this character?
Uncertainty.
Ooh, uncertainty. Okay, mix that
Anxiety.
with what kind of demon, like from what mythos is this demon being pulled?
Oh, shit.
Is it Godic?
Godic.
Is it Christian? Is it Greek? Is it some, Chinese? What are we talking about here?
I was sort of imagining more along the lines of, the sort of cosmic horror-y sort of things.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a demon, but they done fucked up.
I was just going to call her Johanna, like Faust.
Oh, what a great idea.
Nice.
Joanna, like Faust.
And she's just called Jo.
And she's just called Jo, which brings up the Little Women thing.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Okay, so Joe. Hi, Joe.
But yeah. I imagine they thought they were summoning some lesser sort of demon to not even pay off all of their loans. Just like, enough.
The candy bar equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, more powerful than a candy bar. Come on, they're talented. Okay.
All right,
So we have the group chat name.
Very important.
We have our main character's name.
We even have how the book starts, which is always fun.
Mm-hmm. First lines. Okay. I'm gonna bring this up because Pip, I think this might be a weak point for you. And what are some adventures that occur during the course of this story?
Oh yeah, that's...
Because you have to have a backbone on which to lay the plot. You know, so what are the different bones? And I usually think of them in terms of adventures because that's an easy way for me to categorize them. What are yours?
First of all, how dare you? As if I have any weak points.
I can get you rolling here,
Yes,
Pep.
please. Again, I don't have weak points, but please.
The first.
You're being an older brother coming to the rescue. I'm trying to
help.
I'm not trying to help.
I want an older brother. Brendan, go.
So the first adventure is that encounter at Denny's, right?
Yep.
They think their spell fizzled. What is the misadventure that happens at the Denny's?
Oh, no.
I love that as a chapter title. Chapter title: Encounter at Denny's.
For the record, I was thinking of this as a short story.
Oh no, you fool!
Novella?
We're turning this into a full-on novel.
I might give you novella, but no, you fool.
We want 80,000 words, Pep.
God damn it.
I'm willing to give you new adult and let it be 60 to 70K.
I don't know why you guys keep doing this to me. I've never proved that I could write that much.
Here's why I do it. It's because your ideas are big and novel sized. So just because you don't have the practice in doing it yet, your brain is saying, but, ta-da! There are definitely short story sized ideas and novella sized ideas and big, like, doorstop ideas. I don't think this is a doorstop idea, but you do tend to have ideas that run longer.
I don't like it.
I know.
do not like it.
I know.
Right. So...
This is life.
Who told you life was going to be this way?
So I have an idea of that encounter at Denny's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they've been to this Denny's many times. They know, they probably know their server by name now.
Yeah.
This time, though, their server is different. And there's something kind of off about them.
But it's hard to really tell. Maybe it's just because they're all wearing
Denny's.
sunglasses. One of them might still be drunk. It's hard to say.
It could be like they start, the server starting to like talk in Yoda-esque, sentence structure.
Yeah.
They bring out the coffee and the coffee, has an odd sheen to it. Not like regular coffee oil sheen, but like strangely purple.
Yeah, or when it's being poured, it almost looks like blood, but when they drink it, it tastes fine.
Which is Denny's coffee. So,
Brief moment here. If anything briefly looks like blood, but you decide, no. I mean, on the one hand, I think that's very indicative of this universe.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Denny's experience to me.
Right?
But for our listeners who live in not this Miskatonic universe, please, if anything briefly looks like blood, consider that a warning and don't drink it.
Yeah. But no, they're hungover, they're wearing their sunglasses. It was probably just in their heads. Oh, we all thought we saw it? Weird things happen.
weird.
The great thing is that Danny is like, nah, that probably something happened, but whatever. She's not even saying it, though. She's just like, well...
Danny's still gathering information.
Excellent. Like that.
And then the server starts getting oddly threatening, which is normal for Denny's, but then the server starts getting specific.
You know what I would love, though? I would love if the demon's ramping up to be really, like, to have this encounter at Denny's, and then, like, these girls are just like, yeah, and they just pay their bill and leave.
Right?
They're just like, well... Shit, of course they want a blood sacrifice. I don't have to put up with this. Don't forget to give a 20% tip, though. Life is tough.
Yeah. Yeah, we're millennials, not monsters.
I would love it. Okay, I'm having this vision. I would love it if this demon is not aware of the fact that millennials exist and have this, like, millennial attitude. And so they're like, you have summoned me. And it keeps trying to threaten them or get them. And they keep just being like, whatever. I worked in retail.
I shall destroy your lives. Like, get in line.
I love that idea.
Buddy, what could you do that life hasn't already done to me?
Yeah, I'm getting this vibe that, we have, like, basically a millennial story where they're wandering around and, Danny's trying to get their life together again, that somebody's trying to deal with this breakup, the issues of this bachelorette party are coming back, And in the background is this demon who's trying to fuck around with their lives. And it's actually, compared to the actual reality of millennial living, demons trying to ruin your life is actually just background noise.
None of us would be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that idea. And so, Pip, actually, that would make your job a lot easier in terms of coming up with a plot. But somebody here says she has a plot.
Of course she fucking does. Who's surprised?
Wait, can we have a guest voice for a second? Do you guys mind?
Sure.
Hello, I'm a completely anonymous editor from out of the crowd.
Wait, you're happy Sophie,
Look,
aren't you?
if you've got all of these students who attend something very like Miskatonic University, and they're very, very blasé about cosmic dangers, odds are they're probably not paying attention to safety on other issues, driving when the roads are icy, not getting out of the way of bears, things like that. Right. So what they have then is a really heightened level of accidents and mishaps in the vicinity of this university, and it's going to get somebody from occupational health and safety. We have to try and figure out, it's either them or the Center for Disease Control, trying to figure out why bad things keep happening in the vicinity of this place that have nothing to do with the supernatural. So you either have a knowledgeable or a really gormless investigator wandering through. And probably what you need to do is have many instances in which the investigator and the demon almost meet, and then you have them eventually meet at the worst possible moment.
I am loving this idea. Because it also brings out one of the classics of writing, which is getting the unfamiliar person to show up and pretend to be as an audience stand-in.
Oh, yeah. Also spreads it out from that rather close-knit social group.
Exactly. And also,
that's true.
These are all people who went to the same school, so they all are these educated assholes, to a certain degree. And so you have somebody who's not good at magic.
Point of order. Sam did not go to Miskatonic.
Sam didn't go to Miskatonic? Where the hell did Sam go?
No, she went, they went somewhere else.
Okay,
They met them after.
Oh, so they're just the fourth roommate.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. Sam's been living with them a while. And Sam's in on this.
Yes.
Sam maybe went to the other university in town.
I'm going to give up my, plot, turn, to our guest voice. Because I think that that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
But also it gets in my particular favorite thing, which is, taking weird bureaucratic things and demonstrating their weird bureaucraticness. Because very few people know about it, but you can do a lot of, cool things with it. For instance, my weird obsession with insurance.
That is weird.
Oh, yeah. That could be what that guy's job is. Insurance adjuster, and these weird things keep on happening.
But we could bring in Pip's. I mean, Pip, you have weird knowledge about, some very specific things.
Mostly about academia.
Which is not great.
No.
Not useful for this.
The other thing that this unnamed new character, brings in is the issue with having a close-knit group of friends as your protagonists. Is that they have a lot of maybe in-jokes or in-house knowledge of each other.
What are you talking about?
They don't have to explain to each other, but all of a sudden you have this complete stranger show up.
You mean sort of like when we have an explanation for our dear listening audience? Because we've grown up with all this shorthand so we can do all this random stuff, and so every once in a while we actually have to remember that we have an audience.
What?
Yes, you are our mystery extra character audience.
Stop trying to get me to, protect my life.
All right. So we have a new character.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Well, that's if we go with, the editorial, bunkers, plot.
Suggestion.
Yeah.
It's a solid point because, this demon's gonna be causing all sorts of mayhem. And it does bring a kind of rising threat to our main characters beyond this demon, which is just kind of like a millennial annoyance. But now that insurance and stuff like that might get called in.
Maybe they think he's the demon.
Oh.
Oh my god, that'd be so great.
Because which is actually affecting their lives right now.
Oh, I love that. I like that a lot. But it's also, it's a very, Shakespeare trick. You have both the threat from the inside and then you have the big threat from the outside as what's it called? As a ticking time bomb, as it were, to create extra pressure. A thing I like a lot.
This guy shows up at more scenes, and it's like, I keep on seeing you for here. What's up with that?
Well, also you have to consider, what if he works for the feds? And, federal law is quite different from state law. So Miskatonic in Rhode Island is probably has all sorts of things. But, federally speaking, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, is summoning a demon a federal crime? Or is it a misdemeanor?
Or is it just a state crime?
And it's a state, I think Pip's right. I think it's a state crime and it's legal in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
A soft voice from over here says everything's legal in Rhode Island. So, okay. It looks like that maybe we've gone into the plot end of things sort of by accident, just because that's where we are. Assuming we don't want to put Pip on the hook, assuming we want to be nice or whatever, does anybody else have a sort of, plot construct that they could apply here?
I kind of want to know what the eventual,
resolution?
Yeah, and also thematic end goal. Well, because we're getting very much millennial troubles.
Millennial malaise.
Well, they end up back at Denny's.
Yeah.
Of course. I like the way Alex phrased that, the thematic end goal.
Because do we, at the end of the day, still want them to be in debt, being harassed by a demon, and no actual solution to their problems?
Well, that's just being a millennial.
Okay, here's the thing. It's like the Get Out problem. Do you know the Get Out problem?
Still haven't watched Get Out.
Okay, so I'm gonna spoil it because it's a horror movie. You're never gonna watch it anyway. Okay.
Hey!
I'm sorry, am I telling a lie?
If I get Ashley to watch it with me during the day, I might.
Do you not want me to spoil this?
I've already been spoiled for Get Out.
Okay, so Get Out, 2017. The problem is that at the end of the film, we have what appears to be cops show up. Our protagonist is a young black man who appears to be killing a young white woman. The reality is, we expect and we're horrified by the notion that this is an actual cop and we know what's going to happen. It's going to look bad. And, our main character who's gone through absolute shit is going to get killed. Or blamed or something. In reality, in Get Out, it's the protagonist's best guy and he's shown up to save the day and it's a happy ending in as much as this is, it's a horror movie, it's a happy ending. So the question, apparently they tested this, and while one is more realistic, it's a huge fucking downer. The question is, which one do you want? Realistically, millennial problems aren't going away. They're all gonna end up still having not enough money, living in this bullshit society, loans and, the election's coming up, and nobody's respecting Sam's pronouns. So, that's a bummer fucking ending. It's the real one, but theoretically, we want fiction to be better than reality.
Danny gets a new job at the end.
Okay.
Are they going to be taking action?
That's my wonder, because I think one of the thematic things is a call to action, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, not just call to action, but taking action, taking political action or things like that.
Yes. That's what I was meaning, Al. I mean, to the reader, hey, at the end of this, you can take action too. Yeah.
Well, that's very hope punky.
Yeah.
Kinda need it.
Yeah. Well, to a certain extent, the summing of the demon is, just as effective as, reblogging the money cat. What's the real way to affect change? And,
put in policies.
Well,
yeah.
I think the issue here is that, Pip, you're gonna have to delve into what are the actual problems that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't solve systemic, millennialism, but
we can suggest first steps.
Yeah.
Allegorically suggest first steps, rather.
Somewhere in there, they go to the public library.
Okay.
Because by God.
Well, and also it gives you an opportunity to show how great the public library is.
Every story I write for forever is going to involve how great libraries are. It can be my little writer stamp.
Can they go to the research librarian?
Yeah.
Who will then, pinch the bridge of their nose?
Yeah, well, there's a class that the library is giving that they want to attend, because libraries also have still classes that people can take. It's one of the many things we do. So that could be another weird thing can happen there while they're learning at the library. And whatever they can be learning or doing can be one of the actual fixes that, which I don't know what it is yet, to try to make their lives better. While the demon that they summoned to try to artificially make their lives better is trying to, ruin everything. So there's that.
I have a question for you.
Oh no.
Can part of what the demon's doing is the demon is also an outside character. The demon could be said to be the non-millennial. And so part of what they end up doing during the course of this is educating this demon as to what their fucking problems are. And, the demon's like, well, shit, I'm not sure I can come up with a better torture than what you're going through. And
the demon is a baby boomer.
Yes, the demon's a baby boomer.
Oh.
And, but during the course of this, they become woke. And it's like, you know what? If I want my job to be effective, I need to fix their shit so that I can go back to accurately torturing people.
Social justice demon.
Social justice demon. I like it. But also, because, there actually is very little in the way of bullshit that a demon could pull off.
How can he put this person in debt if they're already in debt and so is everyone else?
This reminds me of an Upright Citizens Brigade sketch, The Bucket of Truth.
Go on.
Where it says this house has a bucket of truth in it.
Uh-huh.
It's a running gag sketch where a character gets warned about the bucket of truth. It's like, oh yeah, try to see the truth. And the character, out of curiosity, ends up sticking their head into the bucket, screams, goes running out of the room due to the illuminating madness of it all. Mm-hmm. And then you get this one grizzled detective who's in the B plot of the show and ends up in the room with the bucket of truth. And he's like, I don't care anymore. Sticks his head into the bucket of truth, gets back out, and is like, don't you think I already knew that? And walks away.
So I like the idea, I always like the idea of having multiple outsider characters, to kind of, first of all, it helps explain all the jokes, but also I think it brings out, the theme really well that we've decided. Sorry, Pip. And also it gives you a resolution. Suddenly you have this supernatural assistance in trying to fix systemic awfulness. And granted, its end goal is so that it can go back to torturing you effectively. But, a solution is a solution. I'll take it.
And it's better than just the let's summon a counter spell and banish it or kill it or
bullshit.
something.
Yeah, no, I think the demon's still here at the end. I think it's joining them at the Denny's. I think it pays for dinner.
I feel like at the end, they've somehow fulfilled the contract in some bullshit way.
Mm-hmm.
But still at the end, the demon is there with them at Denny's. At that point, just feeling that same sort of malaise at the end.
Yes.
Do you think the health inspector guy or safety inspector guy is there too?
Yes. Yeah, the safety guy's there too. But I like the idea of the last line of the book being, the demon slaps down, its credit cards, it's the least I can do.
The black Amex card.
The joke is that it literally is the least it can do in terms of even torturing them. It's mildly showing them that it has money and they don't.
A platinum. Yeah. It's like, yeah, the demon's helping, but it's still kind of a dick. It's still a demon.
I admit, I'm getting a lot of my feels about this from The Good Place now. I can feel that, coming together.
The demon pays with his black Amex credit card, but they still leave cash on the table for a tip.
Yes. Because they're millennials.
And they know the demon's not going to tip well.
No, the demon's not going to tip well. It's a fucking demon.
Yeah.
The demon's trying. It's learning.
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you don't tip?
I'm not sure it's interested in learning. I think it's got a fascinating... It's not interested in... No, you know what? It is interested in learning. It's not interested in becoming good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But being a more effective demon, I mean, come on. That's just logic.
And then I just want to play as these characters in a modern tabletop role-playing game with the demon.
They all meet together every other Wednesday.
Ah.
Oh.
Cool. Oh, so we have a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
Huh.
And we have Pip.
Yes.
Name for me 3 millennial problems.
Student loans.
Okay, student loans.
We can't buy houses.
Can't buy houses.
Being shit on by older generations for things that aren't our fault.
Shit on by older generations. Nice. All right, Brendan, 3 millennial problems.
Participation trophies being a thing attributed to us, yet not our invention.
Okay.
Lack of professional momentum? I don't know if that's a thing to call it.
I would say that there's no career ladder. There's no,
Yeah. You can't be like a company person anymore.
Yeah. Which again is also blamed on us by the older generations.
Of course.
But actually though, I do like your phrasing, lack of professional momentum, / career ladder. Let's call it that.
Okay, and third one.
Having to have a college degree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have to have a college degree.
Okay. Alex, 3.
Internships.
Oh, yeah.
Unpaid internships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit. Health insurance.
I'll take health insurance. Anyone can help with the 3.
Yeah. Because I'm not what's the systemic injustice?
There you go. Okay. And then for myself, I'm going to say, lack of social, support networks
Oh, yeah.
that the older generations, had access to. And therefore assume that we do as well.
Yep. And being villainized for her trying to access them.
I'm just going to say villainized. Because that is, it's a popular topic. What have we destroyed this week? And, so lack of social support networks, villainized. And, I'm not sure this counts as a problem, but it shows up a lot. We're on the edge of technology, always at the edge of technology. And so we're being seen as flighty. And what it actually is
The combination of technology growing and capitalism.
Tech and oh my god, capitalism. How did we miss that?
Well, there's also another aspect I was just thinking about, the fact that from an older generation, there's the expectation of like following XYZ religion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays we're a lot more open to choice.
Yeah, I think we could call that under religion / sexuality / politics. All the...
Yeah, social stuff.
It's the 3, the topics you're not supposed to speak at dinner.
Yeah.
Well, strangely, we talk about that shit a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason...
Well, because not talking about it, look where it got us.
Yeah.
We don't want to get surprised by that shit later.
Exactly. So the reason I wanted to ask everybody is because, hey, guess what, Pip? These are your stepping stones for your plot.
Hey!
So I'm a huge fan of coming up with artificial constructs that maybe get hidden in the final act, and by final act I mean get hidden as you draft and edit and so forth, but create an easy way for you to write. With these, if you don't know what's the next thing, well shit, they have to deal with one of these issues. If you have to title your chapters each one of them, like fuck it, why not?
Again with the chapters.
Or just sections of the book. It doesn't have to be a chapter devoted to housing.
Again, book.
But you can pick your favorites and come up with an adventure that's related to that thing, and that will also help you keep this theme.
For example, Pip, an encounter just off the top of my head because we just made this list. Housing. Guess what? Their landlord just told them today, after they summoned this demon and all that they are going to be needing to find a new place now because they're renting it out to somebody else.
And gentrification.
They're turning it into an Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Oh man, they just put all that makeup on the floor. They're going to have to clean that up to get their security deposit back.
See, once you start pulling up these things, you're like, okay, I want to write about this. Well, how do I write about this? Suddenly, you get scenes created, you get problems, you have to, like, okay, how are my characters going to deal with this problem? And that's how you get your word count. Which Pip was going to be around 70K.
God damn it!
Aim for 80. Aim for 80.
You guys, it was going to be like 10.
Yeah, good luck with that. We can just do 10 straight on that housing problem.
Yep.
Are you telling me I'm wrong?
God damn it.
You're not telling me I'm wrong. And Pip, the part of the reason I'm trying to help you here because you're coming up with these big ideas. This is a way to deal with how to fill out the big ideas.
I don't want a big idea. I just want a small, manageable idea.
Oh, honey, we all look for manageable ideas.
Millennial problems.
Oh, hey, that's a title too. Millennial Problems.
Hashtag millennial problems.
Hashtag millennial problems. Actually, I really like that for a title.
But here's a question. Is it the actual hashtag symbol, or do you write out hashtag for hashtag millennial problems?
Oh, I like writing out hashtag. I think that's funnier.
I think so too.
Okay. I'm going to rewrite my note here. My notes for this one's going to be great, and which will be available for Patreon subscribers.
You should put your old notes up too.
Shut your face. So anyway. I love you.
I love you too. You're not any of my characters in this.
I'm not? What?
No, you would...
What? Can I be the demon? I would be so
Maybe.
ineffective as a demon. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're not a boomer.
I'm not. And I'm too old to be one of this particular class of millennial. I have millennial problems,
Yeah.
but I'm one of the... I'm like the first year millennial.
You can be occupational safety.
You can be the unnamed older sister that had the bachelorette party.
Thank you. Yes, that's perfect. And I fucked it up some way that destroyed my younger sister's life. Yeah. I
That
love it.
seems
Thank you, Pip.
appropriate.
Oh my god, can there be like just one phone call with the older sister?
We'll see.
Thank you. Okay.
I mean, if you had to fill out 80,000 words, then yeah.
You gotta fill out 80,000 words.
Oh,
Alright.
I'm a good person. I don't deserve this.
You don't deserve editors asking for this, Pip?
None of them have asked for it.
I'm sorry. Hey, editors?
God
If Pip wrote this book, would you like to see it?
Of course we would.
They say yes. There's at least 2. Who knows how many others are in this bunker? It's been pointed out that doesn't even count the assistants they have locked in the basement. So, Pip, bad news.
God, why does... talk about problems that other people wish they had, but why does this keep happening to me?
Why does it keep happening that editors keep wanting to read your ideas?
So where are we at now? We somehow managed to do our like game title and everything.
We did the game. We've done so many titles. I think we have to pick one.
I'm not sure we have to pick one
No.
yet, because
But we have
it's
lots
going
of...
to change regardless.
True, very true. But I think we have a lot of really good answers here. And we have a character title. We've got a plot. Do we actually, for one of these, do we actually want to play one of our regular fucking games?
What?
I guess.
What games do
Yeah,
we have?
because we did the name game and yeah. Damn.
Yeah, we did the name game. I mean, that's usually our, 12th Night is our title one that, is usually our go-to because we're all incompetent when it comes to titles.
How about we try the random tropes?
Okay. I like that. All right, random tropes.
Because then this could actually be a point of discovery for the story as a whole.
Ooh, look at you, Bren. Professional sounding.
All right, I'm going to TV tropes. I don't know
Oh,
about
I'm
the
going to
rest of you.
cheat.
I was already there.
I'm going to cheat hard.
Wow.
What's the name of the game? That's tropes.
The name of the trope game is The Evil Overlord Was Here.
Yeah. Okay.
On the fly plot changes based on a random trope.
Oh my god, guys.
Which is we do this in the long form Wheel of Tropes episodes.
Can I go first? Because I'm really looking forward to my cheat.
Okay.
Hey, editors!
Yeah?
God damn it!
Please give me a random trope.
That'll teach Lois Lane a lesson.
That'll teach Lois Lane a lesson.
Wow. Okay.
What?
Okay, this got cited because it's a terrible trope. The idea is that Lois Lane decides to have an idea because she's a girl. And golly, girls, aren't they silly? And she is taught a valuable lesson about having ideas.
By the consequences.
This got mentioned because it's a lousy trope, and you know what? I'm loving this idea.
She's turned into a gorilla.
Oh, so apparently she gets turned into a gorilla during the course of this.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Oh, and Superman being turned into a baby. That's adorable. Okay. So, to a certain degree, one might even say that this story is already that. But the positive end of it. I'm gonna take this trope, apply it to your story, and say, that these characters decide to summon a demon, and they are... Oh, I'm accidentally exploding all the things, too. I think that they summon this demon and they are taught the error of their ways, and they learn at the end, you know what, this is what you get for practicing magic. They shouldn't have done it in the first place, and they all moved to Kansas. So anyway, yeah, I think that if I was going to take this trope, I'm accidentally exploding all the things. And rather than like the demon at the end becoming one of them, it's almost the baby boomer, the negative baby boomer, wish fulfillment, where, by golly, us millennials do learn the error of our ways, and we do start saving $10 out of every paycheck. It's the least we can do, right?
We'll stop drinking all that Starbucks.
We don't need them iPads.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep avocados and toast separate from each other at all times.
and we keep looking at our fucking phones, am I right?
Let's get a newspaper.
Oh, why aren't we reading more?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I go?
Yeah.
Sure.
Again,
Go for it.
this won't be a permanent addition to the story. It's kind of similar to Cats, where it's like a weird divergence. I did a random TV trope, and I got bad powers, good people. So, the case in point, you have like Soul Rider, getting the powers of hell and using it to go be a superhero, or Parcel Tongue in the Harry Potter series being used to actually like divert snakes away. That kind of good stuff. So I'm imagining this demon and part of the contract fulfillment and being kind of a dick. It's like, oh yeah, I powered up your magic. You have like hell magic, and millennials being the way we are, we just kind of deal with that shit and use it for constructive purposes.
Yeah. We were given tools, we'll fucking use them.
Precisely.
That's true. In the course of this, I mean, that we have never actually established that they gained anything. We made the assumption that they fucked it up, and, now they have the demon after it. But what if it actually fucking worked? But it's not, like, useful, per se. But it is, one of my magic books, because of course I have magic books, there's a spell that, if completed properly, that's the key, if completed properly, allows you the power to, for instance, summon crocodiles, which you can ride across the Nile.
I mean, and heck, we could have like one character, maybe like the soft-spoken one or something, like whenever she gets angry and yells, like a puff of fire comes out or something,
Maybe it's because of the demon, Danny gets a new job,
Ooh.
which will help her pay for her student loan. So in a weird roundabout way, it worked.
But I like the idea of adding more shit.
More chaos, man.
Okay. I'll go next.
Yep.
Okay.
I used, once again, Rough Guide to Fantasyland.
Nice.
Nice.
I landed on Lost Lands, which are like Atlantis or Eldorado and all that jazz.
Oh, okay.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, so you know what they're going to end up going to? That necropolis.
Oh, and Rely or
What?
Cthulhu's place.
Yeah.
Oh.
the place I don't know
So
how to
they end up
pronounce.
going
Yeah.
on a journey.
They end up finding like a mystical magical place and go, okay, so what do we do with this?
Well, either that, or they have access.
Find
you
the
mentioned
Denny's.
the Denny's, and it's weirder. They could think that they've stepped out into their regular world, which is already kind of weird, but in fact they have stepped into this alternate. We always end up back at the Shoney's.
We never left the Shoney's.
I repeat, we never left the Shoney's. And so as they're going through what appears to be regular life, they are discovering more and more of the issues. It is, in fact, another land.
And oddly enough, that other land has a Denny's. What the fuck?
They're everywhere, man.
They have a special that hasn't come out here.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the Denny's in hell.
Oh, I want that as like a sampler, like a stitched sampler. I'll see you in the Denny's in hell.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
Pip, that's my Christmas present.
No, like there really isn't much to at Lost Night, and I don't really know how to tie it in thematically.
Well, I mean, what it is it's a through the looking glass situation, as you've described it here. And so everything becomes an allegory, even more than it is in terms of the book as a whole.
And here's our main character, every millennial.
They're discovering that. Now, it would change a lot of what the flavor of the book would be. In fact, it would be very, Pip, you just made the joke. Mystery play?
Passion play?
Pageant, yeah.
Mystery play, passion, one of
Passion play, mystery play, whatever, those things. It would be very like that. We're talking medieval, beginning theater, where everything was an allegory and that's how they could get away with it.
So anyway, Pippin,
Alright, so I also went to TV tropes.
Yeah.
And I got unexpected character.
Ooh. I thought we already did that. Add
yeah.
another.
Yeah, I feel like we already did that, so I might just pick another one.
What?
Nothing stopping
You can't stop me.
Cheating at our own game.
Listen, this is how I roll.
Fair enough.
What is this? Humble goal.
I feel like that.
Wait, they're already doing.
They're already doing a humble goal. They just
God damn it!
student loans. I mean, or candy bars. I mean, they'll take either.
Premiseville. Come on, give me something. TV tropes.
Something that we haven't already covered.
Yeah. Professor Guinea Pig.
What's
Okay.
Professor Guinea Pig? Talk to me about that.
So you're a bona fide scientific genius, and you've come up with a wonder drug that will allow people to live forever. So now you'll apply for approval from the FDA, right? Or you could just mix up a batch of the stuff in your basement and drink it.
I like that. Do that one. Because I have an idea for it, even if you don't.
So yeah, it's testing stuff on yourself, and things going about as well as can be expected. Because I guess you can experiment on yourself and it's still okay.
Yep. Well, I like the idea that instead of this being a group of friends who all did this together while they were drunk, one of them, perhaps the one who
Joe
is
is a
actually
research
considering getting
scientist.
her PhD,
And the demon's fucking
is
that up
having
too.
that thought, which is, I bet I could do this. And so, instead of having this group of friends who are all in this together, Joe or Ari is, the primary character, the main character, and has summoned this in by herself. And in doing so, has fucked up royally, because of course they have. Then has to deal with the friendship fallouts of doing this. And also the personal fallouts. Suddenly they become the Hulk. The Demon Hulk. She tries to help her friends and instead fucks it up even worse. It changes the story a lot if it stops being about, an unlikely group of friends who made a mistake. And starts being one person who, decided to become like God.
Woo!
It's different between Frankenstein and the group of people in Dracula who are all getting together and like, we gotta solve this issue.
Yeah.
Legit.
Just remember, teamwork makes the dream work.
I want one of them to just say that like completely straight-faced.
Oh yeah.
Now it'll happen.
Yeah.
In one of the many 80,000 words.
Look, Pip, we're giving you words. It's gonna hit 80,000 so quickly.
So, I think that was all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Pip, do you have any closing remarks?
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Oh, Pip.
It was gonna be a short story.
But then you summoned us, your demon.
Oh!
I'm giving you a Muppet face right now.
You should picture that GIF, the one with the judge. The one that, he's slamming the gavel and going, oh! Yeah.
I want
Right
you
there.
to imagine that Kermit face.
Oh, Pip. Aside from the fact that you feel personally attacked right now,
Came out to have a good time.
aside from that, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. As ever, I'll ignore whatever suggestions I feel I don't like.
Oh yeah, it's your story.
Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever works for you, man. Part of all this is just, bullshitting your way to success. And we're helping.
That's how I got here.
Huzzah!
Alright. Do we want to close this out?
I think so.
All right. As always, if you have a story to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Crafton Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolfe. Show notes and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone. And please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostorysacred. See you next time when we will talk about The Lady or the Tiger, a short story by Frank Stockton. Until then, where no story is sacred, and any story it can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're
No story is sacred.